Hi there YouTube, today we've got a bit more excitement for you. If you'd have seen to the end of the last video, you would have seen us get this running. However, I've got a noisy lifter, it's ticking a bit, so I'm going to do an oil flush. What that means is I'm going to run this up to temperature, drain the oil out, put some oil in with some oil flush, run that through, and I'm going to change it a few more times until that ticking stops. As well as that, you might have noticed that the high pressure line on the power steering also had a bit of damage to that, so I'm going to get that changed while I'm in there as well. So if you want to follow around, I'll take you along for the ride. Okay, so here we are taking out the old oil. I just want to take a little bit out. That might just do. I just need to make sure that there's not too much capacity in there when it comes to putting that engine flush in. So, the engine's been running about 10 minutes now with the engine flush in there. As you can hear, there's a bit more ticking as it's thinned out the oil, it's got rid of all the deposits. So we're going to turn it off now. I'm going to drain the oil out, put some cheap oil in there with a cheap filter. I'm going to run that through, and hopefully when I've drained that out, that'll take all the extra flush that's left behind by this change. Okay, so here we are with a clean funnel. Very important to make sure that you've got a clean funnel, because you don't want to be taking dirt down with your fresh oil. Okay, so we've got the cheap oil filter change done, we've got the cheap oil in there as well. Hopefully we'll drain the engine flush out. So now while this is going around there, we want to try and vary the throttle if we can, try and simulate driving conditions. Not only will this help to pump oil around the engine, but if there's anything else there that needs to be cleaned out of the engine, that'll drag it down into the sump, and hopefully we can clean it out from there. So, we've got the genuine filter on, we've got the sump drained, it's time for some good oil. So, okay, now we've got the high pressure line to deal with on the power steering. To get to that, I'm going to need to take a fair bit of this off, and then it's just a case of one nut on each side and one bracket which is already removed on the old one. Let's get started. Oh, it's time to fill. power steering fluid just in here, and then we can bleed the system once we know that we've got a full tank in there, because this whole line that we just installed, that needs to be refilled. Huge red. Okay, so with that done, the oil change is done, the power steering pipe is done, car runs sweet, everything works as it should now. Now I've got to give a massive thanks to the sponsors that you see by the side of me here. Without these guys I could not be doing what I'm doing. So if you want to go look at their website, have a look at the parts that they deal with. The Alfie cameras are absolutely fantastic. I record most things on Alfie. Miyamoto, as you know, I've got Miyamoto radiator in there, absolutely fantastic for what I use it for. And of course Autolink. They've supported me with many parts that I've needed and struggled to find. So a massive thank you to all those guys, and without them I really couldn't do this. So thank you. And if you guys want to support them, I'd be very happy for that too. So hopefully we'll see you for another episode sometime soon. I have many plans for this car, and we'll see you then. Thank you. Please like and subscribe.